Part 3 of the Sermon on the Mount of Jesus. Least in the kingdom of heaven versus great in the kingdom of heaven. New definition given by Jesus. Jesus has stressed the importance of preaching his commandments without dilution. Through this, Jesus has made it abundantly clear that he is indeed God. Now the preachers have to necessarily preach only the words spoken by Jesus. That is the Bible. Everyone who preaches of the words spoken by Jesus without adulteration will be considered great in the kingdom of heaven. Very clearly he has given, and this signifies Jesus is God. Matthew 5:19-20. Whoever therefore breaks one of the least of these commandments, you have heard that 10 commandments, and teaches men so, shall be called least in the kingdom of heaven. But whoever does and teaches them, he shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. So the preachers are supposed to preach the 10 commandments given by Jesus and the accompanying other law without dilution. Whoever does it will be great in the kingdom, and whoever dilutes it will be least in the kingdom. A new definition Jesus has given. Matthew 5:20. So I say to you that unless your righteousness exceeds the righteousness of the scribes and Pharisees, you will by no means enter the kingdom of heaven. Now his new Bible, the new commandments given by him, that has made a complete breakaway. That means the people who were called the best in the earlier commandment, Moses' commandment, they will not inherit heaven. That's what Jesus has said. You have to exceed their righteousness. So the benchmark given by Jesus is far greater than the Old Testament. So if somebody follows Davrath, the Moses law or the Old Testament, the church people are very fond of following the Old Testament, and the Muslims follow Davrath, the Old Testament, because Muhammad says we will follow the way of Abraham. Way of Abraham, he has defined the Moses law. That means Old Testament law. And anybody who follows Old Testament law will not make it to heaven. Jesus has made it clear that our righteousness should exceed that of the Old Testament. Clear. And Jesus knows the devil will come and deceive. So he has laid out the rules very clearly. This is his rule. Nobody can question.